So now I talk about all the techniques and prepare for the interview, doing interview and follow-up is now negotiate offer. Okay, this is very interesting because, so here I go. I am talking about negotiate offer here. I'm focusing on the big companies. Okay, for small companies, they don't really have a lot of room. They just don't. They don't have the budget. It is really depending on what you want, right? So not everybody is going to go after the big companies. My son, as a CS major, right, top school, and during, you know, I have networks, and I did even ask him, do you want to go to work for a top company? And he's a freshman, a rising sophomore. He told me, no, I want to work for a smaller company, because smaller company, you get to work a lot of things. Big company is one function. So there's a pros and cons, but smaller company doesn't have the budget. He's not working for me, he's working for somebody else. And he was still working for free. This whole summer intern, he worked 10 hours a day. He's working for free, okay? And that's his choice, he loves it. And he asked for, you know, some pay, but they don't have the money. Literally, they don't have the money. But he wants the experience, so he's working there, and he's living with me, that's fine, you know. So I'm just thinking, this whole negotiate offers, I wanna just really talk about it, is talk with big companies. Smaller companies, they don't have a lot of budget, and usually there's not much room to negotiate, okay? So here you go. How to negotiate offer, right? First, again, go apply to bigger companies because their data is published, okay? So if you, first you need to know your level. If you enter in Google, enter in Facebook, enter in Amazon, there's a lot of level. People are self-reporting on different websites, it's reported. So you will talk about, they were like, okay, am I E3, E5, I1, I3, I4, I5, I6, okay? So first you need to know, okay, is this job is for I5 or I6, okay? And then what's the range? You will look at the top pay versus the bottom. It's a big range. And you can look at it. I'm gonna go give all this to you, okay? Glassdoor, everybody knows, right? I'm gonna send to everybody, so sorry. Okay, here. Okay, I'll give you two companies here, levels.fyi and glassdoor.com. Okay, so here we go. And you should do your homework, right? This is it's like competitive analysis. Now I'm doing the analysis and figure out my level, figure out, there are three components of the big company offering, okay? So I'm gonna apply this to big companies. Not all smaller companies cannot afford this kind of package. Number one, base salary. Number two, RSUs or options, ISUs, mainly now is ISUs, okay? Number three is management bonus or bonus, okay? So usually your salary will decide your bonus, and your level will decide your salary, will decide your bonus, and decide ISUs, okay? ISU, different companies vest in different, most vest in 4 years, some vest the end of the first year, some vest each month, each company is different, okay? So you need to kind of research, know. And the first thing is you never ever let the offering company know how much money you're making right now or how much money you want. So here's the story. I know somebody, top engineer, has a PhD, and it's like, okay, he's affected as kind of affected. The company is not doing really well at all. So he didn't lose his job, but he just has to go. I think one way, you know, he can't really stay there anymore. So in some way he's affected by the whole thing. So like at first, you know, he got a recruiter, a very good company, and they asked him how much he wants. He's like, okay, 150K. And he said the bottom line, I'm like, no, go back. It's like, don't ever tell. You worth more than 150K. Why are you saying that? Okay, so now he's at Tesla. I did not ask, but I think he learned a lesson. Never ever tell the recruiting company, company about how much he wants, right? Okay, and you're gonna wait. Once the interview is over, you wait for offer, patiently wait for the offer and get the offer first. And when people get the offer, usually the recruiter gonna always push you for how much you want. They're gonna they're so nice. And most of them, we women are very good communicators. And yeah, most recruiters, HR people are women because we are really good at talking and personalizing it. You know, Tom, yeah, how much really do you want? You know, it's like very soft, right? And what you're looking at a ballpark, right? So, and a lot of us fall into it and we start sharing. You need to really, really, really train yourself. Don't review anything about your package. Don't ever review it, okay? And then when they give the offer, they say, okay, Tom, so here's the salary, here's the salary. Are you happy? Is this what you're looking for? And then most people said, oh, this is not enough. Or, you know, they say, oh, the offer is great. You know, say, okay, this is really good. But don't ever, when they present it to you on the phone, don't ever review any feelings about the offer. Always say, I really appreciate you putting together. I really would like to take it and really understand a little bit by myself and maybe with my partner. Okay? Something like that. Just be very, very professional. Do not review, and then take a day, no more than 2 days, and go back and saying, here, can you increase the RSU? Can you increase the salary? Or can you the salary and the bonus, they're together. So it's usually a percentage for most companies, okay? So like for my first offer, it was very low, my entry level, and I was desperate. I literally ran out of money and living in the basement of Daly City, South San Francisco, almost died from a car accident because I bought a really bad car and almost killed me. Okay, at that time was so desperate, and I had somebody train me, and I was very, very lucky. And we got the offer, we took a look at it, and he said, no, you should ask them for more options, or you should ask them for more salaries. So even though I was so desperate, I went there with my Cornell friends. We were living in co-op, we're housemates, we're so happy. And they were all Americans. They always say, Dan, let's come out and have lunch. Toward the last few weeks, I even didn't have money for any lunch. I said, Pax, I can't go out with you because I don't have money. I literally don't have money. I was so desperate. And you guys are all in better situation than me today. Okay, it doesn't matter you're coming from overseas, and most people who come here right now, the situation, I think 99% of people are doing much better looking for a job than I was in that time. And I have a humanities major, you know, I don't have a tech degree. It was very, very difficult. I was so desperate, but I still, with somebody training me, I still went back and say, hey, can you increase a little bit? And they did increase a little bit. Okay, so that's good, right? So that's a big company, right? Qualcomm is a big company. At that time, it's still pretty big. It was already, you know, a few thousand employees. So with that said, is you go back and you tell, and then they're not gonna give you what you ask for. And they're gonna come back and they're gonna say, hey, we can do this, but we cannot do that. How about we throw you in a little bit of sign-up bonus or this and that? Okay, don't forget to ask for sign-up bonus. Don't forget to ask about relocation package. If you're relocation, you can't really negotiate because they are based on the number of people. If you're a whole family 4, your package is bigger. If you have 2 or single, your package is lower. Okay, but sign-up bonus, it depends on how much you give up in the current company. Maybe you give up the options here to join them. So with all said, you're gonna go, you ask them for a little bit high, and they're gonna come back and you're gonna say, okay, that's a little bit lower. Can you just do this one more thing? And they're gonna go back to their compensation department. They go fix it. They finish it. Okay, two rounds at most. You can't go on. They think they're gonna be upset, and you don't want to lose that job because you want it, right? If you want it, you're negotiating, and always you show the sincerity you want it, and don't play any game. Don't like, you know, it's like, oh, kind of threaten them that you're using the offer to go get a competing offer. Yeah, there will be competing offers. Okay, some competing offer can make it. It's unfortunate with a big company, they are at advantage. A lot of very good company startup, and in the like a private stage, they cannot offer that much. So if some people want to go the risk and they want to go the excitement of IPO startup and learning more things, and some people want to looking for stability. So it's up to you. I'm not saying that we're all going for the big packages at a stable company. I think many of us choose to take a little bit of risk as well, okay?